Dialogue 1. Hello, is Andrew there? As we have mentioned it before, if the person is standing outside, then he has to say, is Andrew there? Not here, because here would imply that he is inside the house. He has stepped in. So be careful there when you are outside, here when you are inside. No, he's not in at the moment. At the moment is together as an expression saying for the moment, at the moment. When you say for the moment means for this period of time, while at the moment is right now. When we say in, there's no home. We can only say at home, but when we say in substitutes the word home in itself. Can I help? I just wanted to talk to him about something. I just wanted to talk to him. The first two is part of the verb talk, while the second two is the preposition which shows direction. To who, to him, to her, to us, to them, and so on. So to him. About something, not for something, but only about. Do you know when he comes back? Now, we have the auxiliary do and the full verb know. So, whenever a second full verb, like comes, appears, do does not stand for the second full verb, but only for the first. So, do stands only for know. Therefore, when he does not become when does he come back, it is incorrect to say do you know when does he come back. Why? Because the structure of a question in a sentence in English happens only once, and there we have it. Do you know is the structure of a question, so we do not have another auxiliary in the sentence. Do is the only one. It's the third person singular he, so comes, the full verb takes S in the end. Do you know when he comes back? He'll probably come back in an hour. He will. So personal prediction with will, probably come back in an hour. And something else after when, always there's no will, it's only the present simple. In this case it's comes. Come back in an hour. Many students say he will probably come back for an hour. It is not correct. For an hour means the process happens or lasts for an hour, while in an hour means an hour later or after an hour. Try and avoid using after an hour because grammatically speaking it is not correct. You will hear it in the movies, but normally try and replace it with in an hour. Do you want me to give him the message? So do the auxiliary, want the full verb, who to me, to give him a message. So you are expressing the wish, but I am going to execute it. To in this case is the part of the verb give. Can you tell him Mike from work dropped by or came by? Can you tell him? Can is the auxiliary in this case and tell is the full verb. So we will not have any other auxiliaries in the sentence. Can you tell him Mike from work, meaning I am a colleague of his, dropped by or came by? They are both in the past simple. They are both irregular verbs. Drop by and come by is the infinitive, so or the present simple. So drop by, come by means coming here, dropping here unannounced. Sure, I'll tell him as soon as he gets in. I will tell him. I'll make sure. I promise you that. Promise with will. After as soon as we mentioned in grammar, you do not have will, but a verb in the present tense. So remember, after words like when, while, as soon as, before, after, until, you do not use will, but only a verb in the present simple or the present tense.